Today we're covering landscape plumbing. Panels are usually mounted on a flat roof as our demonstration shows. The little model, the panels are a little close, but you would space them so they don't shade each other. But we're using our landscape rack and our 4x5 collectors. So this is 2 panels mounted. We discussed mounting in the past. Use the landscape rack and the sub-base strut. Today we're covering piping these in. And this would be a 2-panel residential system. This is all residential. It can be, upsized for commercial, but that's another day. So what we have is we have the distribution pipe. This would be, now this piping is all 1 inch. You don't need to use that, but that's what we had. This is called a parallel plumbing design. So what that means is the distance between the inlet here and the main feed, this is where the water would be entering, and the distance here is the same. So equal length. And then you can see we have, in the plumbing, we have curvature here with a little bit of bend to allow for expansion and contraction. You don't want to come, what you don't want is to come from here to here straight. That doesn't allow any bending. And again, this pipe will usually be 1/2 inch or 3/4 at the most. So your piping, you have it would be insulated and anchored properly. You would have an anchoring probably within a couple feet of this and a couple feet of this. You would anchor the pipe. It may not look exactly like this, but it would be exactly the same in measurement between the inlet and the feed and the inlet to the other panel. So this is a split return parallel inlet for the panels. And then if we go to the other side, which is over here, we have it, it's showing the thermal well for the sensor on the out. This would be over here. I'm going to change to a different design in a minute, but this would actually be over here. This would be capped in this scenario. This would be capped, and this T, I don't have it shown. This T would be in lieu of the let's put it in. That would be where your thermal well is in your sensor. So we discussed that in a previous plumbing. The thermal well and sensor and T are all our recommended method of putting the sensor into the system. It allows for accurate measurement of the temperature, and it also allows for servicing if you need to get to the sensor. So you don't have to tear everything apart. You can just open up a little hatch on the end here and pull the sensor out if you need to and put a new one in. So that's the parallel flow piping for a landscape rack system. 2 panels. That's 2 panels in this case. 1 panel would just be if you just do one, it would be in and out. There's no parallel. It's just in and out for 1 panel. So this is parallel. Now we're going to change the plumbing up and show you an alternate that may apply for your design. So this is the outlet. This is the returns. The same applies. The distance between the outlet here and the return to the back to the mechanical room or tank, and this outlet and return is the same length. We have, in this case, we have these drops down to the racking level. That allows for expansion and contraction. Then what you do not want, and we do not allow it, is to come from this outlet to this outlet directly and have a pipe hanging here. That's no good. There's no expansion. There's no means for the pipe to expand, and you can risk stress inside the collectors by having these drops. They're like a dog. We call them drop swing arms or drop legs or dog legs. They allow the pipe to move just enough so you don't have stress in the system. Again, this would all be 1/2-inch pipe or 3/4 at the most, insulated, jacketed outside, everything protected. Same rules apply for the insulation, UV protection. Again, it's the distances whether the fluid comes in on the feed and out on this one or this one. It's the same distance, so the flow is equalized. So you have equal flow through this collector and this collector. Takes a little more piping, but if that's what it's called out, it has to be equal distance, and you get equal flow. We're doing the same landscape pattern mounting system, but we're doing a different plumbing design. But we're doing a series plumbing, so this would be with 2 panels, and depending on design, you could do it with 3, but generally it's done with 2. What it is the fluid comes into this panel, enters here at this lower end, and then we walk around, and the fluid exits this collector and then enters the second collector. So this enters the second collector, and then we'll go back around. And then it exits here and goes back to the tank. So it's one loop. There's no, the advantage of this, pump sizes may be reduced, pipe sizes can be reduced, and you ensure that the flow of fluid is through one and the other. There's no way for the fluid to get back to the tank. It enters there and exits here. It can't go through one, and like with the parallel plumbing, that works as long as everything's correct and you don't get a short circuit through one or the other. The water fluid likes to do what it wants to do, so this way it can. You're forcing it into this panel, up, out, and out this collector. And then we have our thermal well here, that's where you sense it. And it goes back here, it's all secured properly. You don't want any sagging pipes or loose. Insulated properly. It goes back to the tank. So that's series plumbing. That saves you a lot of time. You have your expansion loops. Again, this is for most jobs, this can be 1/2-inch pipe. And the reason I say that is these panels need less than a gallon per panel flow, gallon per minute. So if you have 1 gallon through this one, and then 1 gallon, it's the same 1 gallon through this one, you're only at 1 gallon, which is fine for 1/2-inch pipe. In the other scenario, you would need 1 gallon for each, which would be 2 gallons. Still, you can use 1/2-inch, but the advantage of this, less plumbing, less chance of not flowing fluid through both panels. Both panels, we've had a lot of these where they have this plumbing and it's not quite equal, like I mentioned in the first part of the video. And you go out to there and you feel this one, oh, that's nice and cool on a hot day, and you feel this one, you can't touch it. So the fluid is bypassing. It's going the short route. It's just, again, fluid does what it wants to do. Like flash floods, it goes everywhere. It covers freeways like we just had. But that's what water fluid does, and this restricts it. This keeps it within the bounds of the piping. A lot of advantages to that. Any questions, always give us a call, send a drawing. You can always look at your design and make recommendations. Thank you.